out. You love it, you whore.
So, before we start streaming,
The stream has already started, but I can mute us real quickly. Hang on. Don't worry, Kyle. I know you're as excited as I am. All right.
mm-hmm.
I'm not going to read their little hype piece. Before we start, what is being given to Alex should be fairly uncontroversial, as Prototype, for the most part, has no canon media, or no non-canon media, nor crossovers to discuss, with the two comic lines and games being clearly canon and applicable to give to Alex. However, Prototype 2 DLC abilities are being excluded for being non-canon
No,
abilities.
no, get the fuck out of here. They have no reason to exclude those. Get the fuck out of here. They have nothing to say that they're non-canon. You have to prove that they're non-canon. Get the fuck out of here.
All right. Pull, however, is where things get a little bit more tricky. While it is fairly clear to everyone that he would not be given feats or scaling from his appearances in Street Fighter X Tekken. Wait, he's in Street Fighter X Tekken?
He is.
Oh, that's cool. And PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale, the more debate. Oh, you're gonna love this. The more debatable aspect is the divide between the good and evil timelines and the feats and abilities that come from them. Thanks to Infamous Second Son, it's made clear that the good timeline is unquestionably the canon timeline. Hang on, this means things such as cryokinesis and the powers exclusive to good karma are standard to Cole, but then the question comes about applying feats or abilities that are exclusive to evil karma. Both of these have very different answers. Outside of the final mission in Infamous 2, there aren't any major story differences between good and evil Karma Cole.
While that is true, while this is true, they seem to be omitting something that Cole got twice as strong in the evil karma path in Infamous 1 when he reactivates the Ray Sphere again.
Hang on.
He is already twice as strong as his good counterpart.
Hang on. They mentioned the next paragraph. We'll see. You can even go through the entire campaign with one karma, then work up the opposite karma just to be able to play the opposite ending as seen below. Okay, whatever. This would mean that it isn't really far-fetched to assume that outside of AMP specific to the good or evil karma timeline, the RFI and the absorption of the beast respectively, they are physically identical.
No, they are not. No, they are fucking not.
Okay, so?
That is objectively false.
Alright, Kyle is claiming an objectively false. Feel free to check out Kyle's video on his channel for more information. Especially so, considering that you can still go down the evil karma route after having absorbed cryokinesis and vice versa, meaning Kuo and Nick's respective conduit powers don't amplify Cole massively in a different way to each other. Abilities, however, are a different story. Oh, abilities are a different story, Kyle. You must be excited. While technically, if you were to play through both the good and evil karma route to be able to use both freely, regardless of your karma in their playthrough, giving Cole both napalm and cryokinesis breaks the lore of the character. That this is due to the fact that what?
No shit.
Look at that. He's already enjoying himself. This is due to the fact that in the story, Cole only uses the power transfer device once, and after using it, he destroys the machine with no opportunity to gain the other's power after. Assuming Cole can use both napalm and cryokinesis with me ignoring the plot of the story for the sake of attempting to try and composite without technically compositing. So no, napalm will not be included, only cryokinesis will, as that is Cole's canon choice. Finally, while it isn't completely impossible for its events to be canon, Festival of Blood and the vampiric abilities Cole
No.
acquires in it will not be considered.
No. I was gonna say, get the fuck out of here. There is no way you're gonna give Cole his fucking non-canon DLC, which is literally stated before you started that it's
Now,
non-canon.
Hang on, Kyle. It's not completely impossible for the events to be canon.
Ugh. These fucking people and their double standards. What the fuck?
My goodness. Festival of Blood and the vampiric abilities Cole acquires in it will not be considered, as regardless of the expansion's place in canon, he loses them after Bloody Mary's defeat. As a quick side note, we were only. Oh, I'm curious how you're going to feel about this one, because I don't know if you even got this.
I'm on YouTube now. As a quick side note, we're only able to get access to Prototype 1 and Infamous 2's guidebooks. Unfortunately, we're not able to obtain 2 and 1. How the fuck can you not get 1? Do none of you have eBay? How do you not get 2? Do you not have eBay? 1 and 2. So fucking hard to get. 1 exists as a PDF online, and Infamous 2 you can find on the archive website. How the fuck can you not get 2 and 1? Do you cunts not have eBay?
Okay, so I do have to ask a question, because I believe you did actually.
I
You do
have
have
both
those
of these.
guidebooks, right?
I have Prototype 2 and 1's guidebook.
And do you have Infamous 1 and 2's guidebooks?
I have a PDF of Prototype 1's, and I can bring up Infamous 2's at any point on the archive website.
Okay, but so do you have Prototype 2 and Infamous 1? Because that's the one they seem to be lacking. What?
Physically.
You have them physically? So you're telling me, Kyle, that you were how much did that cost you? Just so we know how much G1 Block had to put in to get these guidebooks.
Altogether or individually?
Altogether. Give us the price for both the guidebooks you paid for, because G1 Block could
about $40. And that's 40 Australian dollars.
Alright, let's do some quick math here. 40 Australian dollars to USD. So Kyle was claiming, drum roll please, that it costed $25 to get the 2 guidebooks that will not be factored into the G1 blog.
That is a big fuck up on their
for this.
That is a big fuck up on their part, because Prototype 2 has some good stuff, and so does Infamous 1's.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the Infamous 1 guidebook where you found out how Cole's barrier worked properly, or was that in the second one?
That's in the first one.
Do you remember how you said Death Battle didn't say how the barrier worked properly?
Yep.
You don't think they couldn't get the guidebook either, do you?
There's no fucking way they could, and the problem with it is they took it straight from how the Versus Wiki describes the polarity wall and the ice shield work.
I want to believe that Kyle just got super lucky and got these guidebooks, and everyone else has been struggling.
If you want me to, I can literally look them up on eBay now, and I can send you the photos.
No, I believe you, Kyle.
All right. Don't need background.
We don't need background. I know. I'm just fixing this up real quickly. All right. Experience and skill. Prior to becoming a conduit, Cole worked as a courier. This is where he learned his parkour. Though once Cole got his powers, the experiences he went through drastically changed. Only having his powers active for a little bit over a month at most, Cole doesn't have that much raw time in the field. However, over the course of Infamous, the Infamous comic run, and Infamous 2, Cole has fought a wide variety of foes with drastically different powers and adapted on the fly to fighting them despite how different their powers were from who he fought before, which includes the following. Sasha, Control Tar, Tate, Powerful telekinetic abilities, mech suits. Kessler.
Not mech suit, technically. What he does is he basically just builds himself like a giant, basically, battle suit made out of rubbish.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I think you actually said that Kessler does not have Cole's powers. He has something else.
So, this is actually why they should have had the fucking Infamous Ones guidebook. Because what he actually has and all of his powers are described as pure energy, not electricity.
Okay, yeah. So for clarity for anyone who watches this and is paying attention to G1 blog.
Hang on. I'm gonna read this a little bit here. Tesla, who is literally Cole himself from the future. That's a fucking lie. That is a fucking lie. He
Source.
is an alternate timeline version of Cole.
Source.
They have the Infamous 2's guidebook. That was in that. It literally says Tesla's from an alternate timeline.
Don't say that, Kyle. Don't say
That's
that.
that is a fucking blatant lie.
Okay. So then, but just for clarity's sake, Kessler's powers are energy manipulation, whereas Cole's powers are directly lightning manipulation.
Lightning and ice manipulation, and Kessler also makes Kessler also has time manipulation, and he can also create like little drones as well to fight, and also basically like energy shadow clones.
Okay, that's pretty cool. David Warner,
and also vibration manipulation.
Okay, so the point is that Kessler's powers are not the same as Cole's. David Warner, a super conduit who could absorb people's neural electricity at touch. Okay. Joseph Bertrand, a billionaire who completely rules over New York. He can turn into an acidic monster, creating via infection. So he can infect people.
No, that's not true. What he does is the way he turns people into monsters is he'll sit them in a chair and he has to concentrate, and he'll put his hands near their head and he'll release this gas that will transform them into the beast. It is not an infection. That is a fucking lie.
So then, would you say that's battle applicable in the fight against Cole, or can he not really do that against Cole?
No. So what I think they're going to try and argue is that Bertrand has another ability when he's in the behemoth mode, where tendrils come out and he can summon swarmers.
Oh, Jeremy.
And they try and say that he can transform other people when they touch him into the monsters, which I don't remember that being the case. I can quickly look that up on the archive as we're going through.
That's up to you if you want to do that. But go on.
It is not an infection. That is
okay.
A complete lie.
Okay, so Lucy is, I guess, cryokinesis as well. John White, aka the Beast. So let's see what it says here. Who can turn into a building-sized magma and rock man with fire powers, the ability to generate huge explosions, manipulate gravity, and create hand-sized singularities.
No, get the fuck out of here. It is not a singularity or a black hole. You have to prove that. Infamous 2's guidebook, and I know they have this because they said that they have it, only says it's a gravity well. It never specifies it's a singularity, never specifies it's a black hole. Get the fuck out of here. You're assuming based on visuals.
What is a singularity specifically? I feel like
singularity is the middle of a black hole.
Oh, okay. So basically, they're just saying that he can create a black hole.
That's what they're going to try and say, and that is full of shit.
Okay.
It's only a gravity. While all black holes are gravity wells, not all gravity wells are black holes. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Chief. I'm here. I'm hip. And while he only had them for at most what could be days, Cole mastered new powers in the form of Lucy's cryokinesis in a short time frame to use them alongside his existing electrokinesis powers, which he's long since mastered. Okay. Would you say that's fair?
That's fair.
Okay. Alex Mercer. Wow, it's a lot smaller. Well, this is experience, right? Experience and skill. Yeah, it's a lot smaller. Okay.
Maybe it's more condensed.
What?
Maybe it's more condensed.
Thanks to the unique abilities granted by the Blacklight virus, Alex is remarkably talented in a variety of fields thanks to the ability to absorb biomass, allowing him to absorb memories alongside the biomass of those he consumes. This is notable considering he's consumed trained military soldiers and scientists. What the fuck is a trained scientist gonna do? I mean, if
I
this...
think I basically just say that he has like all the experiences of like other scientists who work in different fields.
Hang on. Jeremy, saying that the beast can make a black hole without any evidence to back it up is kind of stupid, not gonna lie. I
Welcome.
would say they did not give this courtesy to Ozra during the time we went through the Ozra G1 blog. They did not give like Chakravartin multi-galaxy scaling based off the visuals. So unless they have something that Kyle doesn't, and I'd like to remind everyone that Kyle does possess guidebooks they do not possess, then I guess they're just going off visuals for this one. So this might be a different group of people. All right. So decades upon decades worth of combat experience, various types of scientific knowledge, blah blah. He's also consumed hunters whose natural intellect can be near genius, with him having absorbed.
Good. Oh, good. So they have that thing from. Click on that because that's going to show you the Supreme Hunter's profile. Click on the link.
It just says the hunters actually.
But it's also in reference to. That's mine. That's
What?
my scan. I put those lines there. That's my fucking scan.
Wait, where, are you serious? Is this from your video?
Bro, give me a sec. I'm gonna look up if that's actually there. If that's there, I don't know how the fuck they got that, but that's fucking mine.
Well, did you put it in your video or no?
I did.
Well, do you remember when you put it in your video? We can take a look at your video right now and see.
I'm going through my scan library for Alex on Discord.
Okay, to be perfectly clear, I'm gonna give a hot take here that may or may not be a hot take here. Also, fucking post it in the YouTube channel.
I want you to go to your DMs for a sec and look where the fucking linings are. You can show them.
Okay, so this is Kyle's. Oh wait, hang on. Okay, so this is what they gave the hunters. This is Kyle's. Yeah, that's your scan. They it literally bites into the T and everything.
You scan stealing fuckers. I thought you had this on your own. You can literally get this online.
So this is where I'm going to say.
Now that I know that they've actually seen my shit, and now that I know that they're taking my scans, now you're in a world of fucking trouble. Let's see how ungenerous you fuckers are now.
That's funny. Okay, so I'm going to say something regarding scans in the video. Once you put a video out, while it is kind of shitty to take the fucking exact scan and not give credit where it's from, because they don't say in the post where it's from. So that's kind of scummy. Getting the actual scan itself from Kyle's video is not scummy. Once you put a video out there for public...
If I was credited, I don't care. It's just the fact that they're too fucking lazy to go through the guidebook themselves.
Because that's actually what I'm going to have to deal with the Fist of the North Star video, which is why I'm not going to show most of the raws, because I don't want them to take it from me. You know, you fuckers pay for this shit yourselves. Okay, so then I would have to ask then, regarding the hunters, because it does say their ranges from animals to genius-like.
Yep.
Do you think it's fair to, like, because it sounds like they're just arguing all the hunters are going to be near genius. It sounds like that's what they're saying. Can you think of any real hunters where, like...
So when it comes from the range of animals to genius,
yeah,
the animals are your standard soldier hunters. Your genius ones are your alpha hunters and the supreme hunter.
Okay. All right. With him having absorbed thousands of people and a wide variety of expertise among them, from everything to his own evolved, It's clear that Alex can be considered a genius in raw intellect, extremely experienced, and has a variety of miscellaneous skills. He's also had well over a year to adapt and learn about the extent of his power, and has fought a variety of bioweapons, various infected, and a plethora of trained militia soldiers, giving him a fairly large array of different opponents he's experienced fighting against, such as Green, a being who was infected by with the red light virus. The red light virus is capable of producing multiple viruses. Many are harmless, however, could erase human civilization. She can infect civilians on a massive scale and can control them. Elizabeth described as intellectual, calculating, patient. Hang on, I have to mute myself.
Right. Right. So, yes, he does. But I'm going to send you her profile, and that's disingenuous because they're not taking everything that she has into consideration. She has billions of years worth of intelligence. Yeah. Okay. I just sent you the DM. You can go show people the DM. All right, go back up. I'm just waiting for the stream to catch up so I can go up. All right. The Black Light virus has existed since the beginning of life on Earth. It is the basis of evolution. The virus plugs in and activates the junk DNA in the target, causing biological changes that creates and recreates a sentient mind in the infected creature. Now, the other one is, and and still appears as a harmless 19-year-old girl when Green wishes she can put on a convincing innocent disguise, but beneath it is a vast intellect that is cool. Can you stop? Is cool, calculating, and billions of years old. She is evolution personified. These secrets Blackwatch still believes she is nothing more than a genetic oddity, when she is really something much more dangerous. She looks she looks on the prototype as either her replacement, as the Watchman of evolution, or another tool to move life forward, something to be consumed and used. How do you want to take that, Zip? She's not billions of years old. The Black Light virus is billions of years old, and it's given her that memory. It's given her all of those experiences. Yeah, that's disingenuous as fuck. Not not true. That's not what the Supreme Hunter is. The Supreme Hunter. Okay, so do you remember the cancer that Alex got? It's yes, it's the expelled cancer that Alex has. No, I would not. I don't remember that's ever being stated, but if that's stated, then that means that Alex can get stronger on the fly. Oh, you losing fuckers! Read it yourself! I'm happy about that, but these lazy fuckers can't even credit me. Now, I'm going to cover this when I do my redux for James Heller, but that's way more impressive than they're giving that credit for. Because brawlers are basically stated to be as big as grizzly bears. And he survived being crushed, tackled through a brick wall, and was not harmed. And he could outrun a Goliath. How do you bother to turn his fucking music off? So wait, this entire time, it sounds like I've been an insane person rambling because they can't fucking hear you. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, James Heller, an elite war veteran who was just a human, was able to kill a brawler, which is a combat knife. Lust for vengeance, he went on to find and kill Alex Mercer with resistant DNA, making several of Alex's powers not a solid option. That's not quite right. During the entire fight, Alex basically fine. Alright, so making several of his powers not a solid option. While Mercer may have lost against Heller, the fight they had was far from one-sided and showed Alex can adapt to not having several of his powers being... I didn't even read that right. Adapt to not having several of his powers being nullified. Okay, so this is where I know they've seen the video. So, here's the biggest problem. We don't know... Okay, so here's the problem. The evolved and black-like creatures can literally cancel out healing factors.
Alright.
James being as strong as Alex, he was able to cancel out his healing factor. That's why Alex could never regenerate his limbs or the weapons. Also, like, Alex pretty much babied him throughout the entirety of that fight. If you use the same weapon he does, he literally counters you and tells you to fuck off and use something else.
Yes, I have sat through your 7-hour TED talk on why Alex is actually stronger than Heller, and this is why. Okay.
Can they hear you?
Well,
Can they hear you now?
they can hear me now, yes. You're free.
Good.
Yeah, so just to clarify, and showed Alex can adapt to not having several of his powers be nullified by an opponent. That this not should not be here. It should be can adapt to having several of his powers be nullified. I don't know why the not is here, unless they're arguing. Well, I mean, this is still the wrong way to write this sentence, but yeah. No, Alex literally holds him by the hand. Yeah, I'm sure it's just downplaying. All right, equipment. A taser, referred to as the amp.
Yeah. So I was never able to source that scan.
So this scan right here, you were never able to source?
I was never able to source it. I heard it was on the Infamous website. I tried looking for it. I could never find it.
Okay. I can't even read it anyways, but... designed by Zeke, this prolonged metal rod, Cole wields, can channel his...
It's not standard equipment. Get the fuck out of here.
Wait, the amp isn't standard equipment, or do you mean the RFI?
No, the amp is fine. The ball beneath it, the RFI, that's not standard equipment. Get out of here. That's not standard.
Okay, let's see what let's see what they have to say about the RFI. The radio inhibitor, often abbreviated as RFI, is a device created by Dr. Wolf as a means to kill the beast, which was later given to Cole. Unbeknownst to Cole, killing the beast with the RFI would not just kill the beast, but also kill him and every single conduit on the planet. While empowered by the RFI...
Why don't we actually talk about how the RFI works? Throughout the entire game, you're literally charging this fucking thing up every time you use it. Which means when he uses it by the end, it's already nearly full, and it's still needed to be connected to several different generators while the beast was fighting Cole.
So you're telling me that the RFI's best fee is an overtime, not combat applicable fee?
It's an overtime, not combat applicable, and when Cole starts to charge it up, he can't move.
While empowered by the RFI, Cole gains the following abilities.
No, not while empowered by the RFI. You're already fucking amping him. Are you fucking kidding me?
We're getting to it, Cypher.
He wasn't amped by the RFI. The RFI doesn't give him an amp. It was the substations he was using nearby when he was fighting the beast that amped him and allowed him to fight him.
Okay, so you're saying the explosive bolts and the situational power nullification and highly specific death manipulation.
The death manipulation is fine for conduits, nothing else. Situation power nullification. Yeah, I guess kind of. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so how does the RFI specifically nullify powers?
So when you're using it, every conduit around the planet is just basically wrapped in pain, and they can feel themselves dying.
So it's never explained how it cancels out powers. It just affects conduits then.
It affects conduits, and it basically works. I know.
So
weird fucking logic. When it's used, if you're a conduit, you basically feel yourself starting to be drained and die.
So at best, it would work on the X-Men.
No, because they're not conduits.
Okay. They get most of their shit from VSB, Kyle. Those shits are literally from those shits literally from VSB. Well, actually, you say that, but several of the scans we saw earlier are directly from Kyle. Kyle must be so proud. If this, I don't give a fuck what argument you make. You don't give Alex a fucking Abrams tank as standard equipment.
Okay, I'm gonna go back up. Firearms, not standard equipment. The Ambram tank, not standard equipment. I swear to fucking God, if they have the Black Hawk...
What about the M2 Bradley? What about the Bradley?
That's not standard equipment either.
What about the thermobaric tank?
That is not standard equipment. What is this? Is this everything that...
What about the Apache helicopter?
It's not standard equipment. What is this?
Black Hawk transport.
This is fucking shit.
Wait, hang on. I think we actually have standard equipment. The Parasite. I think. Wait. This isn't standard equipment, is it?
No, what? The Parasite's not standard equipment because that's the Supreme Hunter that Alex literally used because he thought it would actually hurt Elizabeth Green because it hurt him. But you know what it turned out to happen? Oh shit! The cancer was specifically designed to hurt him. So when Green did it, she immediately expelled the cancer from her body. That is not standard equipment.
Disease and biological manipulation. The Parasite was able to nullify Mercer's shapeshifting abilities. Mercer also described it as a weaponized cancer that was eating him from the inside out.
That's all it did, was nullify his shapeshifting abilities. It did nothing to his healing factor, and he could still use all of his weapons.
You literally steal and hijack those weapon vehicles from those soldiers. It isn't standard. Sounds standard to me. It already sounds like they're not going to balance the stats. All right. Now we're going to get onto the powers and abilities. So Cole, acrobatics. I think the correct term here should be parkour, but whatever. Conduit physiology. Okay. Longevity. Kessler's over a century old.
Okay. So I can kind of explain that. That's kind of an assumption.
Okay, so you would say that's not fair to give.
You kind of can, but it's kind of hard.
Regeneration. Go on.
Again, Cole's future self. No, it's really not. Fucking hell, I hate when people don't understand how their cosmology works. Infamous works off a multiverse system. It's not going back to the fucking...
Listen. It is also revealed...
Go on. Okay, but before you start, so you know how Kessler can go back in time?
Yes.
Don't think in the conventional sense of going back in time. Don't think of like Mandome. Think more Trunks.
I know I don't tell you everything me and Mingler talk about, but me and Mingler literally just got done, like, I think it was yesterday, having like a 3 hour long discussion on the Terminator multiverse, because time travel in Terminator is technically multiverse theory. So you have no
Yes.
idea how like on point this is on my weekly discussions.
Yes, but basically saying like the way he goes back in time is the same way Trunks goes back in time is basically the better way of explaining it, with the same butterfly effects, by the way.
All right. So Salem Witch Trial conduits. We'll try and like ignore some of
No. That's
Oh,
no, that
okay.
is fucking false. Even Wolf, when he was told that when the members of the First Son say that they've had members been around since the Salem witch trials, even he says that I don't even take that seriously, and that could literally just be them trying to say that he'll say it himself. You can unmute this one.
Oh, wait, do you want me to go back to it?
Yeah.
All right.
Let Wolf say it himself. In fact, you can even go back like 10 seconds to make sure that they're not missing out any context.
All right. Let's okay, here we go.
And he's going to carry it out. We may have to move against him sooner than we had initially planned. Gained access to the primary lab, which should provide Vani. It's obvious that someone, probably Kessler.
Okay, hang on. Let me go back and re-click the link. It seems I went too far back. All right.
Responsibility for what handling. Continued their meetings and experiments, focusing on telekinesis, precognition, and channeling.
You went too far forward.
Apocryphal, but current members claim responsibility for what happened in Salem in 1692 and 93, and use those events to validate their mentalist abilities. Background information. Membership levels surged after the Civil War as they sought out people who shared their interests and beliefs. But it was the arrival of Richard Tate in 1892 that resulted in the creation of what we consider the First Sons. Tate's primary goal was to use the technology of the time to unlock the true power of mentalists. Tate firmly believed that...
Did you hear the bit where he says that he doesn't even take them seriously?
...could be used to enhance the group's mental powers.
No, I did not hear that part. This guy's name is John. Are sure to
According to the group's official...
He's basically... He's the future... He becomes the beast.
Breakthroughs were achieved under Tate's leadership.
This is the guy who becomes the beast?
No evidence remains of any...
yes it is.
Repeated requests to witness anything created during this era were denied.
Let me... What was the,
All right, well,
what was the time
that... They gave a timestamp of...
Just the right crunch.
They gave a timestamp like 2:20, I think.
2:20? Alright.
Yeah, like 2:29 is what they gave. So if you want to go more direct timestamp, you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Regeneration. You can regenerate from explosion. What?
There it is. Yeah, I'll circle it for you.
All right. So the healing factor, regeneration, that fine?
Let's see. Right. Fuck off. I'm gonna lower it.
All right.
Alright. You'll begin in a couple seconds.
All right.
And there you go. Yeah, he calls it apocryphal.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was wondering where he said that, and I'm assuming apocryphal means what, like fake or not true?
Google it.
Oh, there we go, apocryphal. Storage statement of doubtful authenticity, although widely circulated as being true. Huh. Just like me being unwholesome. I guess me and them have this in common.
Yeah, so you're not even supposed to take that seriously.
All right. So then this is highly unlikely. Regeneration seems fair game, or would you disagree with that?
Now, I'm still on longevity. So, when he does take over the first Suns, Alden is like, I think he's still at least 8 years old. Alden, by the time in the game, when you fight him, is like 70 or 80. So Kessler should, if he is over 100, he's not far off 100.
All right.
Regeneration. Can regenerate from gunshot wounds? Yes. Can regenerate from explosions such as a rocket launch? Oh, I'd be very careful about that because in game, rocket launchers can one-shot you.
I think they just argue that game plan and move on. Very briefly before we continue.
I think it even says in 1 and 2's guidebook that they can one-shot you.
Oh God, don't say that. Regarding
Same thing with like explosions. Cole can increase the speed of his regeneration by absorbing electricity. That's true.
Hang on. So, very briefly, regarding Evil Cole, they already basically said at the start they're going to use Good Cole because Second Son basically confirmed that Good Cole is the canon route.
Yes.
All right. Electricity, energy manipulation, magnetism manipulation, humiliation, paralysis inducement. Yeah, this all seems fine, right?
That's all fine.
All right. Resistance to radiation manipulation and deconstruction.
That's no. He's got an immunity to radiation, not deconstruction. Only immunity to radiation. All conduits are immune to radiation.
But Kyle, he was in the epicenter of the Ray Spear blast, which can deconstruct people on the atomic level.
No. So the way the Ray Sphere works is it's not a bomb; it's a wave of radiation. And the way so it can deconstruct people who aren't conduits, but then again, you then have to. So here's the problem: if you have the conduit gene, you're just immune to radiation resistance. This is shown with chimpanzees, rats, and with conduits.
Okay.
I covered this in the whole video. Also, I'm going to call this into question because, so, what is it? Look up on YouTube, infamous Alden Tower, and go to the final cutscene there because Zeke uses the RFI, and he's fine, and he is a normal fat person.
Infamous, you said Alden Tower?
Yep.
Okay, Alden's Tower. This one right here? Or just the first one and just go all the way to the end?
I'm literally just waiting for the catch up. Go to the first one.
All right.
Oh, go to 7. 7 will be quicker.
All right, go 7.
No,
right.
no. I'm sorry. That's when he's on the bridge. Go to the first one.
I fucking hate you. All right. So you want me to go all the way to the end?
I'm literally like 5 or 6 seconds behind you. And go to where the cutscene is. Like not the first one. Here. Go back. Go back a little bit further than that. You're almost there.
Okay. I'm at 15 minutes. This here?
Yep.
Okay, we'll just play this out then. All right, so
have sound if you want to.
What?
Have sound if you want to.
All right.
Oh, and by the way, because I know they've gone through the dead drops, I know specifically that they know that rats and chimpanzees who have the conduit gene can also be immune to radiation. So this is disingenuous as fuck.
All right.
In Kessler, it was definitely time to escape, but he just stood there, petrified. You see, through the fear, he realized that the key to his dreams, the tool to make him superpowered.
By the way, Cole in the first game had a way better voice actor than 2. Fight me.
Asshole makes the choice to kill thousands, stealing their lives.
Remember, Zeke is a normal person and he activates the Ray Sphere.
Nothing. Everyone's fine. No change at all. Kessler's first to grasp the situation. Claims to know what's wrong. If Zeke brings him the race,
oh, look at that! He's alive.
Powers he craves.
Well, actually, so there's something else you forgot to mention.
Stealing their lives so that he'll be transformed.
So
and then
what he says?
Nothing.
Everyone's fine. So no one died in that initial explosion.
Yeah. And you know why? Because this is a fear, but I can tell you why it didn't happen.
Why?
It will only absorb people if there is a conduit who hasn't awakened their powers, and that's when it will start to absorb people. But that's just a theory of mine. That's a headcanon, not confirmed.
So, does Kessler never explain why the Ray Spear didn't work there? Because it says that Kessler knows what's wrong.
No, he's lying to him so he can get Zeke to come with him, and so he can have the Ray Sphere.
Oh, okay.
He has every reason in this instance to lie to him.
Okay. Let us continue. Okay, so overall, you would say then that even if the thing can rip people apart on the atomic level, it specifically does not attack conduits, therefore it should not be scalable with conduits.
Nope, this is also shown with the Beast and the Plague Ward. I'm going to ask you a question, and this will be the exact same thing. So, do you remember how people used to say that Hellboy had this really amazing feat, and then they found out he was immune to Hellfire?
Yeah.
It's that. It's that.
Alright. Let's continue here. Cole gets electricity, bolts. Nothing really crazy here. I guess homing bolts. Megawatt hammer and rockets. Just more electrical blasts. Overload blasts. Power. What?
Just more powerful electric bullshit. Grenades.
Electromagnetism. So he can just.
Yep.
Alright, just magnets, grenades, electric drain, just draining electricity, kinetic pulse. Okay, so he has like a little telekinetic like push then. Polarity wall. Oh, I think this is the one you care about, right?
Yes, it is. Let's see what they say.
This power lets Cole create an electromagnetic field that acts as a shield from attacks and can also convert fire bolts into energy to use for himself. Although this shield isn't impenetrable,
No, it does not.
Go on.
Oh. This power lets Cole create an electromagnetic force field. That's true. Acts as a shield from attacks. Wrong. It's small firearms, but it doesn't stop rockets and it doesn't stop bricks for some reason.
So you're telling me if I get my trusty handy dandy brick, Cole's just screwed?
The polarity wall just does not work.
Okay, but so for context,
fire bullets energy and use it for himself. That is a complete lie. Actually, if you give me 2 seconds, I'll pull out one's guidebook. We'll read what it actually fucking says. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
If I throw Zim in there, it won't work on it. So it's essentially a magnet wall. I'll let Kyle explain it very briefly, and then we'll try and speed it up a little bit, because I don't think there's too much else he cares about on Cole's side, and Alex might have a lot.
Mm-hmm. There it is. Anyway, guidebook. Jesus Christ.
Sparta, we're going through it, no spoilers.
Right.
Sparta, what the fuck did I just tell you? Damn it, you read the fucking room next time. Ah, that boy. What am I gonna fucking do with him?
Polarity wall. The polarity wall is one of the most generally useful moves in the game once you have it. You can easily deal with once fearsome attacks such as the Thrash Golem's machine gun or enemy turrets. When purchased the first upgrade, it can turn even those attacks into something that is actually beneficial to you. A free source of energy, while the amount of bullets and total damage in one of those attacks, you can see how the energy will soon come in flowing. This applies practically if you have chosen the evil path, where you lack the energy restoring abilities that come with the good lightning bolt. So Polarity Wall becomes your best way of restoring energy during combat. None of that says that it turns shit into energy. What it does is it takes the impact force of those said things, and that's what gets turned into energy.
Well, someone told me at G1, guys, again, I know Sparta just spoiled the G1 blog, but again, don't fucking...
Why don't I just send
Alright.
you a scan.
Lightning tether. I really need you guys to understand going forward a little bit because I know you guys aren't stupid. If we're going through, okay, so you guys need to understand something. When we go through these G1 blogs and shit, we are going in raw. We do not know what the outcomes are or anything.
Yeah, you can. Oh, also just to basically like I don't know, rub it in.
Kyle, do not look at chat. Chat will deceive you.
I'm not looking at that, but go to your DMs. I've posted it. Also, I've also posted the cover of the Infamous guidebook so they can like see what it actually looks like and play it for themselves.
Yeah, so I guess their position, Cole's not composited for context. They are not compositing Cole. This is good Cole. So I guess their argument is that because it's
Actually, to be an asshole too.
So I guess for
What
context,
I have.
Oh, got something else? Got something else to show us?
Yeah, just to be an asshole. Look at what I have.
For context, G1 Blog said they did not have the infamous one, and they did not have the guidebooks Kyle just made me show on screen are the ones that G1 Blog claims they could not access. Okay, so we get to lightning tether. He gets blades of energy, which is I don't even think it's game. Radar pulse.
Yeah, kind of is.
All right, radar pulse. He can detect like organisms. Static thrusters. This is just what he uses to fly. Oh, he doesn't fly, right? But he can like.
He glides. He glides. I made a mistake in the video. He doesn't fly. That was the beast basically fucking nullifying gravity.
All right. Induction grid. Okay, yeah, that's basically him on a power line. Thunder drop, just more lightning. Precision. This one I believe comes from you.
Now, what do they say about precision?
Okay, precision. Whenever an enemy is difficult to hit, Cole's able to slow down time to better target his foes.
Those are my scans too. They've seen my Infamous video.
So I actually had a discussion with Kyle on this one.
Those are from the first guidebook.
I disagree with this being actual time stop. It'd make more sense to consider this.
No, actually, slowing down time. It literally says in the description it slows down time. I can send you the scan for that.
Well, I guess Kessler can fuck with time, right? So, like, I guess it wouldn't be too out there.
He can only go back. He can only go back through time.
Yeah, but he has some time manipulation power, so I guess it's not too crazy to suggest that Cole would have one too.
I'll just send it to you so you can take a look at it yourself.
I know. Are those lazy ass cunts real? Once again, no credit.
Man, I can force my own shit.
Guys, unfortunately, most power scalers aren't to us, where they'll go out of their way to get the source material. Because again, like, I think with the exception of a few guidebooks, but I might have to buy the original ones for them. I think I have all the source material for every game I talk about, except for DMC5's guidebook. But I mean, Mangler has that.
Go to the scan and read the second paragraph of the
flow of time will be greatly reduced. Yeah. All right, that's fair. All right, arc restraint. He can just like choke people down. Pulse heal. He's
basically a walking defibrillator.
All right, bio leech. He can drain bioelectric energy from a person. Here's the win con. Cryokinesis, ice manipulation at low temperature, shatter blast, ice powers. Anything good here?
I don't even think you can prove that Alex has like bioelectricity.
Time can be tied to both perception and the world around you. It slows down his perception of time, not the flow of time. So the problem is that the guidebook says flow of time. Well, it makes more sense for it to be perception. If Kessler already has time, what?
I always thought it was perception until I got the guidebook.
Yeah, the guidebook flat out says time.
The 2's guidebook also backs this up, and so does the in-game description.
All right, so he has some Sub-Zero abilities for ice manipulation, apparently, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's stated in 2's guidebook.
Lightning, Ionic Storm. He can just call down a storm accompanied by a massive lightning bolt. The heavens rain down.
Yes, that actually has a canonical um wattage,
What's its wattage?
and this is supposed to be his strongest attack.
Okay. What's its wattage?
Give me 2 seconds and I'll get it.
Tell it to me in VSB. Tell me how many. Tell me if that's ion level or not. Ionic Vortex.
No, it comes out to like town, maybe large town.
No, that's not terrible. Okay,
Yeah, it's not terrible, but not terrible, but not great either.
Okay, so he can just suck in. He can suck in a bunch of cars and shit, magnets. He created like a pillar of ice around him. Karmic Overload. Coal can temper the interstate, which grants him infinite energy for about 10 seconds. While useful in a pinch, it causes Coal's karma meter to decrease immediately afterwards, preventing him from maintaining the state indefinitely. Okay.
That's true.
Telepathy, non-physical interaction.
Non-physical interaction?
Because he can defeat illusions from Sasha and Kessler.
No. Yeah. You can't say because he can beat illusions. I guess every cunt who's on mushrooms has non-physical interaction.
No, I disagree with that. Time can be referring to perception. Even Raiden's Ripper mode has been stated to slow down time. All of their infamous shit has been from VSB. Actually, quite a few of it's been from Kyle. As for the time thing, I have the Metal Gear Rising guidebook. I can literally grab it right now and see if that's what it says about blade mode. It's right there next to me on the table. So if that's the guidebook, I can check that later, but I don't think that's what the guidebook says. But I haven't read the guidebook completely yet, which I'm not going to. I'm just going to read the boss battles. Technology manipulation, telepathy, hand-to-hand combat. Yeah, non-physical interaction. What? What?
Manipulate vehicles? No, he fucking doesn't. Never does. Surveillance devices. What, you mean destroying cameras? Oh yeah, that's really manipulating them. Go back up.
Alright.
Transformers. When? And satellites. You mean the dead drops? Or like when he actually like hacks into them? Because that's not technology. And he has a phone that deciphers that shit.
Okay, so when you argue this is not technology manipulation, but just electricity manipulation, he's just affecting how electricity works on objects?
Yeah.
Okay. Resistances, electric energy and heat manipulation, mind, madness, disease, and biological manipulation. Any comments?
Here we go. I've got the wattage for the Ionic Storm.
Alright.
There you go. And
oh, hang on a minute. Oh, that's probably.
Hold on.
Ooh, okay.
Hold on. Before you show him that scan, here's also my math for how I got where it actually gets to. There you go. His strongest attack, if you want to cap him, is like small town. There you go.
No.
Enjoy.
No. I just saw his resistances, and I believe you're gonna have some disagreements. Alright, draws thousands of gigawatts of energy from the sky to crash down its opponents. Calculations come out to either 478 tons, which is multi-city block, or 238 kilotons, which is small town. It's not terrible.
And that's supposed to be his strongest attack, because that's usually the last you also get. And that's what he uses to fight the beast.
Okay, so hang on a minute. Kyle, so I'm going to read you his resistances, and you stop me where you have an issue. So you said electricity, energy, and heat manipulation resistance is fine, right?
What's fine? Electricity,
energy, and heat manipulation.
That's all fine.
Okay. Mind, madness, disease, and biological manipulation. Does he resist those?
No.
But he resists the tar.
No, he doesn't.
What?
No, he doesn't. He hallucinates the entire... Whenever he gets the tar on him, he hallucinates.
When someone is infected with tar, their body goes under drastic changes, such as the body being filled with tar and ability to spit tar.
Not necessarily. Sometimes they're just, like, insane, as shown with the balloons in the third or second last mission of Infamous 1, where Kessler literally drains Sasha dry and tries to use the weather balloons to infect the city
Okay.
with madness.
So you're saying biological manipulation's a little off there. You don't think there's enough to argue that, okay? Keep that in the back of your mind because it gets worse. So ice, fire, and low temperature manipulation. He can resist that.
Ice, yes, he fights Chloe. Fire, yeah, it's the evil path that he does fight Chloe, I suppose, yeah.
And low temperatures. You're fine with that.
Unless they're gonna say the beast, then I guess that's fine. And low temperatures. I mean, if you're immune to fucking ice, you don't really have to put low temperatures. That's kind of redundant.
No, he doesn't. He literally has to move the symptoms to other people in order to avoid them. That sounds like a resistance. Okay, does he resist acid manipulation?
Yes.
Okay. So this is
The
the one where I feel like you might have some issues. Does he resist matter manipulation?
He can be held by the beast. Yes. But there is no black hole. Oh my fucking god.
So would you say that the beast black hole breaks down matter? Because I actually think I remember talking to you about this.
No. When the beast shows up, he can do that, but all his black hole does is suck stuff in, like, towards the singularity, where people just fly around and then it just explodes.
Yes, because I actually remember, I think you showed me this one a while back. Yeah, so what you can see here is people just poofing away. But I don't know if, well, actually, some
That's
people,
not the
I don't
black
know if that's
hole.
matter
That is
manipulation.
not the black hole. That is so fucking disingenuous. That is something completely different.
Are you saying that's not the same attack?
No, it is not. That's him
Damn.
regenerating.
Damn. So then you would
Okay.
say that
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, keep that in the back of your mind. Go to YouTube, look up Infamous 2. Look up nuclear bomb mission.
All right. Do you just want me? What do you want me? What do you want me to check?
Alright. Click on it and go to the end of the mission. The very top one.
All right. So it looks like we're at the end of the mission.
Keep going. Go back.
Go back.
Go back a little bit more. Go back a little bit more.
How far back do
Yep.
you want me to?
Yeah. Now watch. It's the exact same thing. No, you've gone too far back.
Okay. Okay. So do you want me to go to when?
I want to go to when he's lifting. Go to where he's lifting up the light pole.
All right. Let me see here.
Now, do you remember what it looked like when the beast first showed up?
Yes. Okay. Hang on. This is it right here.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. Here's the light pole. No, he just kicked somebody. Fuck. Okay. A little further.
No, this is before. Hang on. No, the skybox isn't changed. The nuke
Okay,
hasn't
here we
happened yet.
Here we go.
The
Here we go.
base having by a 51 kiloton bomb. Just
Okay.
let it play from here.
Yeah. He just lifted the light pole. Okay, so there's the no way. Okay, it's a nuke now.
Oh my fucking god, look at that. It's the exact same thing as that happens at the start of the game. Oh fuck me. That's a miracle.
All right. Okay, so that's the beast reviving itself. All right. So then you would say it's not matter manipulation.
No, because he doesn't have a fucking black hole. He has a gravity well.
I see. Moving on. Absorption. Kessler can't absorb his neuroelectricity. Limited power nullification and power absorption. Was able to resist the nullification ability and absorb the ability of the beast for a short period of time.
Hang on. Has limited power nullification and power absorption was able to resist the nullification ability and absorbing it a bit. No.
He couldn't resist it.
No, that's literally how the start of the game happens. He literally... That's fucking so disrespectful, that fucking photo of the fucking Blacklight physiology. Why does Cole get an actual fucking picture and Alex gets that fucking bullshit?
Because Blacklight is bullshit.
Fuck, these people have no respect for Alex.
I would
So,
like to point
I was able
out,
to resist an
before
observation
Kyle goes
that
on
is
his little
fucking Cole.
tangent. Oh, go on, Kyle. I'll let you finish and then I'll say it.
Was able to resist the nullification ability and absorbing ability of the beast for a short period of time. That is bullshit. No, he does not. And you can even argue because his power doesn't short out until after he tries to hit him with the Ionic Storm after the beast is holding him. So you could literally say he short circuits himself.
So then you would argue that that the beast doesn't even do anything, or not the beast. Yeah, the beast doesn't do anything to him. You would just argue that like he just blows
It's
himself
too...
out.
Okay. Go to Infamous 2, go to the first mission, and I'll let you decide. It's literally like the first 5 minutes of the game.
I hate you. Don't ask about my search history. I play the One Piece card game. Fuck off.
Okay.
Shut up.
Rebecca versus Doflamingo.
Let's see.
Fucking
Okay.
Rebecca for the win.
Okay, let's see. So here's the beast being a beast. Cole's blasting him with lightning. Pew pew. Pew pew.
Go a little bit further to when the beast is actually like holding him.
Okay, so hang on. Well, here's Cole calling down his most powerful attack.
Oh, and you know what the worst part is that we don't even have any good stuff that we can scale the beast to. So you can't even say that like hurting the beast does anything for his scaling.
Gases! Alright, so let's go a bit further. Alright, he's being sucked in by the beast, I believe. He's in the air. The beast has grabbed him. And the beast is doing beastly things. Wait, Cole's still blasting him.
Yeah, wait until he pulls down the big lightning bolt.
Just to be clear, Cole's a character who can actually burn himself out, right?
He can run out of electricity, yes.
Okay.
So this is the bit here where you can argue that he short circuits himself. How do you want to take that?
I mean, if he's a character who can continuously like fucking like who can burn away his powers and like get tired, then yeah, I can see that position. He definitely gave it his all though, so I think like unless we can prove the beast was absorbing him, I don't really see how this is fair game. Okay,
Yeah.
so regarding Blacklight, Blacklight is fucking stupid. It's a incredibly stupid fucking virus. It is it is ridiculous.
Yes.
To the point where there's a cure for Blacklight, and Alex throws Blacklight into the cure, which should destroy it, and Blacklight just like, hey, nice place here. I think I'll take over now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Down to the molecular level.
Yeah. So too bad Wesker still wins and this one asshole in the internet made a wrong video. Alright. Alex Mercer is Blacklight itself. Yeah, so let's see here. Biomass manipulation.
Yes. Let me see what they've got here. Yeah, actually, Alex, go back up.
Motherfucker.
I'm like 6 seconds behind you. Fucking calm down.
Shut the fuck up. We don't need to read this part. It's literally just talking about how he's the Blacklight virus itself and not Alex Mercer.
Oh, hang on. The actual Alex Mercer died upon releasing the Blacklight virus. That's true. The virus manifests using his identity. Yeah. This ended up giving Alex a variety of abilities and powers, seeing as Alex is the peak of Blacklight virus. He's the peak of evolution. Where the fuck's that stated? And having far more experience time to evolve than any of the other evolved. Literally has billions of years worth of knowledge, thanks to Green. It's fair to assume he should logically be capable of replicating the powers of any of the affected capable of using. That's true. Biomass manipulation, just like Cole's ability to create and manipulate electricity. Alex's equivalent is to create and manipulate biomass. He can control it on a genetic level. Yes. In addition, he can manipulate it down to the molecular level. That is true.
Yeah.
They probably use my scan for that.
You want to see?
Seeing as yes. That could either be from mine or that could be from the Versus Wiki.
All right, go on. All right.
Hold on, I'm just going back into it so it catches up. And can convert whatever he wants to be in the moment, seeing as he has full control over his own body. That is true. Adaptation and reactive evolution. Okay, let's see what you do. Alex's physiology is constantly growing and changing, like the virus that makes up his body. He's adapted an immunity to blood tox. That is true, which was made to target the infection. It also causes necrosis. And after adapting to it, he had their own physiology. Complete armor improved. Yep. They to have nearly limitless potential. That's true. Which is noteworthy considering how Elizabeth Green was seen as the... Oh. Is that going to be my scan too? Do the Elizabeth Green one.
No boxes this time.
No boxes this time. Wow. Funny how they didn't have the box for this one because I actually point out the good shit on those boxes. That adaptation thing, there is so much missing from that adaptation. Holy fuck. Where was the thing of like Hela becoming immune to bullets? Where's the thing of Hela literally becoming immune to being burnt after being burnt fatally once? Where is the scan that says that the black light can literally change and adapt to different variations like hundreds of times in a day? Where is any of this? Holy crap. There is so much missing. This is so disingenuous.
Regeneration.
This makes adaptation and evolution look fucking pathetic. You lying sacks of crap. Holy crap. What the fuck? Regeneration. Alex has been shot in the head. Yes, he has. He's had his arm severed. He's had his entire body blown up, but okay. And most impressively was reduced to a pile of blood, which was consistent with doing the same thing. Okay, if they understand that, then they should also note that the Crow wouldn't have actually revived Alex. It just would have sped up his healing.
Hang on. Go on.
And was regardless able to regenerate. Do note, however, that consuming biomass does not increase the potency of his regeneration, but rather the speed of his regeneration. That is true. Immortality is stated to be effectively immortal. He is immortal. Can operate with a large hole in his head. That's not impressive. Is comparable to the Supreme Hunter. The Supreme Hunter is an imperfect copy of Alex. He's not a copy of Alex at all. Where the fuck are you getting this? The Supreme Hunter is also stated to be immortal. That's true. And can operate while just being a puddle. That is absolutely true. Absorbed Elizabeth Green is stated to be an unaging, isn't bound by life or death, and has the intelligence of billions of years of evolution and is the peak of evolution. Come on, people. Where is this?
Yep.
Holy crap.
All right. Move forward a little bit. Come on. We're almost there. Move forward. Self-sustenance. Pretty self-explanatory. She didn't eat anything for 39 years. Shape-shifting. They kind of already covered this a little bit above, but I'm assuming Kyle wants to make sure if anything's there.
Who was able to fool Alex with his shape-shifting. To be fair, they become a perfect copy of the Consume, so that's to be expected. Alex can transform into absorb any of his victims. In fact, unlike the game where it's the next person you absorb, it's actually shown that they can transform into anyone that they've absorbed. This is shown with James when he transforms into Lieutenant Riley whenever he's talking to Colonel Rooks. Oh, and can also replicate glass, leather, metal, and like a whole bunch of different things. So, you can actually replicate like DNA, like phones and shit. Because do you remember in the cutscene he would actually use the headsets that came with the Black Watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can actually replicate technology, which is better technological manipulation than Cole.
All right, absorption, biological manipulation. Yeah, he can just absorb people just by touching them. Very
The
simple.
biomass makes it proper as well. Okay, are they going to use his statement to James, or are they going to use the statement from the Hunter's profile?
Yeah, his entire blog has been deep throwing Cole while leaving Alex out in the cold. What do you mean? Which one do you want to look at?
Absorbing more biomass makes him stronger as well. I want to see what scan they use.
Everything you consume makes you stronger. You take their shapes, you take their memories. Just Mercer talking in the
So
cutscene.
Yep, okay. It's actually more blatant if you go back to the Hunter's profile that I've already sent you in DMs.
Mhm.
It should be the second box.
Kill and consume one another to grow in power and ability.
This is literally how you can explain how all of the Hunters can still keep up with Alex throughout the entirety of the game.
It's probable that Mercer's biological manipulation can also completely ignore durability. Evidence he was almost able
Not
to.
probable. It's not probable. That's literally what it does. It can literally ignore durability. It can literally infect you on all infection vectors. It can go by air, contact, water, and it can even infect energy.
I would like to point out that is technically false because in Prototype 1, it can't cross a body of water. I believe that's actually how New York was successfully formed.
It can't go from moving bodies of water, but it can still infect water because that's how the Hunters are born, from infected water towers.
Okay, but so then it's a vampire then. It just can't cross a moving body of water.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
And they can't come inside unless you give them permission.
yeah, transmutation pretty easily. Shoot out boulders of pure biomass. Yeah. So yeah, basically just
Boulders of pure biomass. Can I see the scan for that?
hang on.
Oh
my
fucking god.
The boulders.
That's not pure biomass. That's energy. Those are energy balls. Those
No.
lying fuckers.
No. I think they're talking about the rocks.
Oh.
Like, no, Kyle, I think they're talking about the rocks in Spain now. Blacklight virus. It makes sense to be able to wield his weapon, stay to be as old as life on Earth. The Blacklight virus is a symbiote, extremely potent disease. That was a catalyst for the events, pretty much. Yeah, they're taking a lot more cracks at Alex than they did with Cole. Although they did give Cole, I think, one Marvel joke as well. Accelerated development. Rapidly grew resistance toward blood tox. Stayed to produce. Oh wait, here we go. Stayed to be producing hundreds of different stands on a daily basis.
Hang on, I wasn't concentrating. Let me read what it says for Blacklight virus. Considering his since he would be able to wield his weapon soon to be as old as life on Earth. Yes, it's the basis for evolution. Funny how you guys keep fucking missing that and not saying
Read forward, you fuck.
Shut up. The Blacklight virus is a symbiotic and extremely potent disease that was the catalyst for the events of pretty much all prototype, pretty much all life on Earth. The creator of the infected, the source behind Alex's power. It's highly dangerous, highly contagious, and highly lethal. That's all correct. The Blacklight virus is stated to be produced over hundreds of different strands on a daily basis. I want to add as well that those hundreds of strands can also then produce hundreds of other strands themselves. This is how he can rapidly evolve and grow immune to stuff.
God, I wish I had a fucking poking stick right next to you so I could poke you to speed you the fuck up.
No.
Fuck you.
Seeing as the Blacklight virus is, well, a virus, it shouldn't be that surprising that it's a highly dangerous pathogen, especially seeing as it can drive those infected mad. It can also incite all ailments known to man or cure them. You want that scan?
No, I'll believe you because it's in your video, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it's in his video. Remember, guys, Balrog Blaze. What do you call your video? Just how powerful Alex Mercer?
No, it's Alex Mercer versus Albert Wesker.
But did you do an Alex Mercer separate solo video?
Nope.
Oh, never mind. All right. All right. It can even bypass filters. Those infected have virus rate 99.9% rate of dying from organ failure and cell saturation. Can infect organisms through various means, such as physical contact, bodily fluid contact, and injection. Hive mind. Yeah.
Yep.
Sensory powers, thermal vision, superhuman hearing, basically eagle vision, it looks like. Thermal vision, hunting, claws.
Hunting sends out viral sonar pulse intended to detect specific target before running. But go back up, you fuck! I'm still reading.
Fuck you!
It's gonna. They are missing two very vital things about the hunting sense,
Okay, go on.
and those are he can see the target's nervous system, and all he needs is a name, and he can hunt people down.
Alright, that's important. Moving on. Claws. Ground spike. Okay. Blade.
This is shit that's not particularly important.
Whip fist, hammer fist, glide.
This is just the difference
Muscle mass?
of like. Oh, let's see what they say for muscle mass.
Alright. This ability boosts Alex's physical strength immensely as well as enhances combat speed. Not only does this increase the power of physical attacks across the board, it also increases the damage done by thrown objects, which will fly further and faster while muscle mass is active. Although initially provides a twofold increase, it can be upgraded twice, with each upgrade greatly boosting its power.
Hey, guess what? That's my point, and it's 6 times, you disingenuous fuckers.
Does it say 6 times?
You can upgrade it twice after unlocking it.
No. Oh, well, does it say that it doubles every time?
Whenever you upgrade it, it says it gets stronger.
Hello, Newman. Yeah, so their position, check the chat, Zim. Yeah, gameplay limitations. Gosh, if Death Battle argues a nightmare hypothetical in my mind. Yes. Hello, Newman. Regarding the twofold, I think their position is that because the others don't give a multiplier, they're not going to give a 1. So I think that's their position.
Does not matter logically. It would be double on top of the next one. It's a 6 times increase.
Gojo memes. I really should read that fight because I feel like people are not understanding it. All right, shield. Does this matter? 9 impenetrable.
Not really.
All right, armor.
That's not quite true. It can break.
Nullifies all damage he would have taken from it. Protects it from all manner of attacks.
Yeah, until it breaks, I suppose.
All right, it does say that it can't break, so that's fine. Armor. All right, just reduce damage it takes. Elizabeth Green powers. They do give her energy manipulation, technically.
Well, I'll take this one. Well, we never see him use these, Alex. Yes, we fucking do. It's called a Medusa's Wrath, but because you fuckers don't want to use DLC powers, even though you have absolutely no evidence against it, even though you should present it, I digress. Well, Brains means he theoretically should be capable of using all the abilities she performs. It's not theoretical. He can. He absorbed her. Post-form. That's not what it's called, but it doesn't really matter. He has no use using that. Infection wave unleashes a giant wave of infected energy around it, pushes back anybody too close. As its name implies, it contains the infection of the virus. How about we don't be disingenuous, and it literally says it's a wave of infected energy. Would you like that, Dan?
No. I think what they decided to do is they decided to just call it infectious energy rather than infected energy, because I guess the idea of blacklight infecting energy just seems weird.
She literally, the one below it sends out orbs of energy flying at the target. For fuck's sake.
Life energy. All right, and then the boulder spit. Okay, so just for context, the difference between
That was the
infected
next move.
energy and infectious energy is that infectious energy is that it's just energy that can infect you. Infected energy implies that the Black Light virus can infect energy, which if it could do that, that means that any lightning bolt Cole would throw on Alex that connects to him would probably infect him. Other abilities, tendrils, tendril black hole. They use that word too freely. Biobomb,
That's just what the technique is called.
Pack Hunter, Air Stomp.
That just summons a whole bunch of like different infected.
All right, Cannonball,
Doesn't matter.
Bullet Dive Drop,
Doesn't matter.
Ground Shatter,
Doesn't matter.
Knuckle Shock.
None of this.
All right, Critical Mass.
Oh, you know how they said infectious?
Yeah.
Read this for me. Just read the box and show on screen. Go back up. Those ones are actually important.
Infection wave. So not massive waves of infectious energy that bows over you and anything else that's path. Or I was wrong. So I guess it's infection energy and infection wave. Yes.
Literally called infection wave. They can eat shit.
All right. So
All
what
right.
adrenaline surge and critical mass are important?
So, was there anything above critical mass?
Just that its excess biomass is absorbed.
No. Anything? No. Okay, so that's just the move set that doesn't really matter. In essence, critical mass represents excess biomass. Alex is absorbed, which allows him to deal extra damage and perform attacks known as Devastators. As true as that is, it basically shows that he's able to hold more biomass than he should.
All right, and adrenaline surge,
which increases his health as well. Adrenaline surge. Let's see what that says. While Alex is low on health, he can use his excess biomass to gain a moment of invulnerability and use a single Devastator attack. That is true. He can become invulnerable. I'd say anywhere from like 5, maybe 10 seconds.
So that's a little disingenuous because they said that Cole gets 10 seconds of his like ultimate infinite energy, but they don't give a time frame for this one.
Yep, because they're going straight from what is stated in the guide book and in the game itself. Cole's one, they probably had somebody fucking like count.
All right. So, is there anything important about the Devastators?
No, they're just like bigger fuck off like moves.
Okay, resistances. Let's go. Limited heat and radiation manipulation resistance.
Go up. There we go. Limited heat and radiation resistance. After having survived the nuclear explosion that almost killed him, it didn't almost kill him. For fuck's sake. With how Black Light Virus adapts and works, Alex should be somewhat resistant to both high temperatures and radiation by now, but to what extent is unknown. We do know to what extent, because the heat from the atomic bomb would not affect him ever again. This is shown with James Heller when he survives being incinerated, and the second, which resulted in being like fatally burnt, and when he regenerates from that, it doesn't do anything. It's a minor inconvenience. And when it comes to radiation, he's immune to radiation because his body's just not irradiated.
All right. Limited low temperature.
That's basically because he's gone basically up north into the snow.
Limited electricity manipulation.
Has been battered with a summertime by Specialist Cross for the entire fight. How that close the worst, and it should be somewhat resistant to electricity, but now to what extent is unknown. Oh, so they actually admit that he should be somewhat immune to electricity.
I actually will say that if we take Heller's example at face value and give that to Alex, Alex goes from being something that can fatally kill him to it not even affecting him. So they
This
are
also
being a bit disingenuous here, unless they just don't believe he scales to Heller's abilities.
they literally said he gets everything that all of the other Blacklight creatures do.
Lies.
So with the electricity one, they've literally shot themselves in the foot here because what they've basically done now is the heat of electricity won't work, and now he has a kickstarted immunity to electricity, which means one of Cole's biggest win cons is now out of the fucking window.
We'll see what they say. The Blacklight virus has the potential to cure all ailments known to man. That's
Oh,
correct.
Adapted for blood tox, that's correct. Which is poison that can that's true.
Alex Mercer himself states that he isn't bound by life or death. The doctor says he isn't sure if the classification life or death fit Alex anymore. I call bullshit on this one, but I don't really have time to really debate it, and it's fine. I don't really care.
Isn't bound by life or death isn't meant to be taken seriously. That's basically to mean like he's stepped beyond humanity.
Mind manipulation.
It basically just means that like Alex being the virus itself and evolution incarnate, life doesn't particularly matter.
Well, the block have Pro stuff. They already touched on that. Limited absorption.
Limited absorption.
He
Having
resisted absorption. In addition, he should be comparable to Heller, who resisted his absorption. Okay, yeah, so they're just being disingenuous. Alex should be immune to lightning by their logic.
Yeah. Also, where's the emotional amp? Because James Heller got an emotional amp.
Alex doesn't have emotions.
That's literally how he breaks out of being absorbed by Alex.
Yeah, but Alex doesn't have emotions, so he doesn't get this.
I'm sorry, what? Yes. Viruses should theoretically lack souls, suggesting that Alex... Yeah, okay, yeah, that's how I see it.
After betraying his creations, the evolve...
Yeah, I agree with that one. You have to prove that a verse has souls. Yeah, I agree with that.
No, you're wrong. He absorbed all of their biomass, in which Alex gains a massive power boost. This form increases his strength and speed by at least 8 times and gives him plenty of biomass to keep on fighting even after his limbs ripped off from his body. Evolve form.
I don't want to say that it gave him an 8 times increase. Okay.
We'll move on for now, but Kyle has his own opinion on that matter.
No, I have matched. So I didn't do this for the Alex video, but if you gave Alex an 8 times increase, because he should be still relative to James by the end of the game, you basically have James able to close the gap on somebody who's 8 times stronger than him in the matter of minutes. That's fucking nuts.
Alright.
Yes.
Power.
These actual feats don't matter. These actual things do not matter.
Alright, so all of his energy was enough to charge the RFI. Kyle, go.
That's false. That is unequivocally fucking false. It took the entire game of him pumping energy into this fucking thing, and then it took substations in the final. Oh my fucking god. It's like, he only storm creates, storms. Well, no, it fucking doesn't. It's localized weather phenomena, which we can't even say would spread over the entire city. And also, you disingenuous fucks, because you have 2's guidebook. Hey, do you want to go back to the calculation where I show how much the Ionic Storm actually produces?
Very well. Here you go. There it is. To be fair, this is pretty consistent with the other feats in question. So, not too crazy here. We'll move on from here for this because this is pretty consistent.
Not the calculation. Show the other scan too, so they know I'm not being disingenuous.
I already showed this earlier. Why are you like this? Alright, right here. I can't zoom in any further, but it does say the Ionic Storm, this devastating force of nature, draws thousands of gigawatts of energy from the sky and brings it crashing down on enemies. Hopefully you guys can read that. Unfortunately, it's a little small. If not, you can check out Kyle's video where I'm sure he has a more clear version of it. Regardless, this is all pretty consistent in the same area. Speed.
Sink ship. Go back up. I think that's from the comic.
Kyle, I don't think that matters.
It move in tandem with Kessler's lightning attacks. It's not a lightning attack!
Okay, yeah, it is from the comic. Okay, so can move in tandem with Kessler's lightning attacks. Okay, well, Kyle's already kind of explained that that's wrong. Moved in tandem
It's
with
not.
beams from the RFI, a radiation-based source, so they are likely moving at the speed of light. So he's 51% the speed of light.
Hold on.
This is only happens in the Evil Karma storyline, but I think at this point suggests he should be faster than his canon counterpart by any capacity.
He's 2 times stronger in the Able timeline.
All right. So Kyle's saying that's
Sweet.
wrong, but for now, 51% speed of light while Kyle's grabbing that. Being run over by a truck, getting thrown into a building, survived the race beer explosion at literally ground zero. He was holding it. We already showed examples why it's not fair. Or not fair, but not valid. Survived shotgun point blank. Gets thrown into a building that was subsequently obliterated by a missile and managed to survive, although he was knocked unconscious in the process. Not really anything crazy here. But you call an attack that has electrons in it as lightning? Yes.
Why am I doing this? What is people for actually have it on the fucking video?
Power.
Shit.
It looks like his best feat is 771 gigajoules or 55.5 tons. Oh yeah, so Cole has massively higher AP than Alex in this blog.
Yeah. Read the railgun.
Kessler will pull both of his hands together and create a beam of pure energy, which he will fire directly at you. The beams themselves can either be evaded by sidestepping at the last minute, or you can line up a polarity wall to totally absorb the attack.
Yeah, so they've lowball Cole. This is a light speed attack.
Nice. Okay. So Alex gets stomped AP wise, so let's see what else they have. Block gunfire.
Thanks for the God can punch through a 2-foot steel door. Fucking moving.
I assure you, none of the feats they give for the AP are worth your time. They're all generic shit about destroying helicopters.
Where is the one?
I mean, they have the messing with the clouds across Manhattan, but they say that's debatable.
Show me? I don't remember that one.
All right. Here he is transforming. I'm gonna say that's not valid.
I'm gonna say that's not valid.
All right. Speed.
So where's why the hunter was gonna withstand the bomb and they should scale to half that of the bomb? Where the fuck's that, you disingenuous fuckers?
That's gonna be the durability section, but for now, speed. Okay, so they have a very different calculation for your position.
I think Death Battle got that higher.
So they claim that it's only 10 like. Okay, here we go. Alex processes 6 nanometers information with 11 seconds. Time frame, reaction time frame is 0.25 seconds. Perception is 0.13. Okay, so regardless, if we take their math at face value, they're still claiming that Alex can be faster than Cole by about 0.10%.
And that means Alex is faster than Cole, and then that's it. Cole has no win cons. Doesn't matter if you think he's or more durable. Does not matter.
Barely survived nuclear explosion from the Manhattan bomb, which was estimated to be 5 times that a little boy dropped in Hiroshima. However, it looked like a nuclear. However, if looking at predictions of the game, the bomb will be worth 8.2 megatons. However, a higher end is also possible while taking into account that Captain Cross, Supreme Hunter in disguise, stated that the bomb will glass all Manhattan. 0.44 tons for Alex survived. Curse you surface area. Oh
no, this is not debatable. So the bomb was meant to basically eradicate the entirety of Manhattan Island.
Okay, so this is
the bomb would be way higher than that.
I bet if I might ask later on, but I'd put money right now. I think I know who wrote this line. This wording sounds very familiar, and I only know one person consistently across the internet who cares enough about surface area to scale it like this. I might ask him later. Scaling Cole McGrath, Ice
I
Pillars.
can't wait to talk to him. I'm gonna rip him a new asshole.
He's busy, but I'd be
I
willing to
give
bet
a
that's him.
fuck.
Okay, scales to Kessler, 115.3 megatons. Will Stay be capable of defeating his timeline's beast in the beast's early days?
No. Fuck off. That is contradicted by the actual game itself. Where is the debatable for that? You disingenuous fuckers.
Debatable.
No.
The beast
He
survived
could
the
beat the
view.
beast if he could beat the beast in the early days, he literally would have done it. He has no reason.
To be
He has
fair,
no reason to not.
I think the
No,
game
he has
kind
no
of
reason.
implies. Yeah, in those early days,
No,
Kessler could
he-
use the power to stop him, but instead he fought his family. No. I would say that it's certainly possible Kessler could have beaten the Beast. However, wait, so no stack speed for Alex? If they stack speed, Alex would
no,
be way faster.
because if he could beat it, he would have done it. Instead, he chose to run. You don't run from something you think you could beat and wait for it to get stronger.
No, because he could die in that fight. So,
Pretty bad.
well,
You
okay,
don't
but you
run
could
from
argue that in character, Kessler would have ran away to protect his family and would not have bothered to fight the Beast.
No, he can send his family away and he can fight the beast.
No. What I'm saying is that he wouldn't want to die. He'd want to be with his family.
No, Cole has shown that he's willing to put his life on the line for random citizens.
Okay.
I don't buy that.
Okay, but isn't this an alternate timeline? So could you just argue this is a version of Cole that's selfish?
No, because the beast is literally a threat on a global scale.
Survived his own reason.
No, it would make more sense to defeat it here and now. And that beast, because you see from
Yes.
the news that the moon is shattered and then the volcanoes are erupting.
Okay.
That
so
is not the same beast that Cole fights.
They scale him to Delson Row.
I don't know why.
Abigail Gigatons. Various PlayStation. Oh, I guess this is a joke. Alex Mercer. If Heller was single Galactic can third destroy a city. Supreme Hunter. States that once he consumed Mercer, he'd be quite confident surviving a 75 kiloton nuke that was set to go off. However, if looking at nuclear projections, the bomb would be worth and
go back to the one where they talk about the Goliaths, because there's a statement for the Goliaths that they can survive conventional weaponry. And conventional weaponry for Blackwatch would also include thermonuclear weaponry.
Why? Hang on, Kyle.
Waiting.
Hang on. Yeah, because I'm trying to speed this up a little. My brother had a question. All right. Assuming glides can threaten and destroy state most likely over time. Yeah, conventional weapon reason depending on what you have. Blackwatch. I'm surprised they didn't bring up the surface area thing again here because wouldn't the Supreme Hunter fall into the same surface area problem? By the time Proto 2, Alex has consumed thousands of humans, 8
because
evolved,
the
become
Supreme
much stronger
Hunter.
than Proto 1, so it shouldn't be too fresh to say he
No.
long made up for not doing the Supreme Hunter. Gone.
So the Supreme Hunter states that after absorbing Alex, he would withstand even this. And he has no way to get off the ship. So he's willing to stand there and take the bomb.
So you're saying that good old Cube caused a large-scale seismic activity? James Heller, ramp off turrets of tanks, generate shock. Okay, so just to clarify, while I personally, and I'm not the biggest, just because Zeke was there doesn't mean Cole was with Delson. So just to clarify, while I'm not the biggest fan of the surface area argument, I'm just saying that if you think Alex falls under it, the Beast falls under it too. What?
The Beast got its ass fucking obliterated by a 51 kiloton bomb, and it had to regenerate its entire body.
Oh, okay. Without a shirt? Oh, okay. All right, well, have a nice night. At Alex Mercer sent tentacles around the red zone, absorb every single effect in himself, Mach 7.8. Alex should be comparable to about 50%. Okay. There's got some weird scaling here.
God, this is so fucking disingenuous.
Cole McGrath weaknesses. Being a walking line rock, Cole has become so volatile he can't come into contact with large bodies of water, so he'll shock himself due to his power short circuiting. All right. Similarly, Cole is unable to hold certain devices due to how his powers interact with them. For example, he can't use guns to drive cars since his electricity can cause him to short out and explode. His ability to heal and regain energy is also reliant on the environment as he needs to drain energy from nearby sources, whether it may be nearby source of electricity. Okay, so he needs to leech to heal. Alex
Where,
Mercer.
where's the weakness where if he's in an area that doesn't have electricity, he's fucked? Where's that?
It says he can tap out reserves for all those basic abilities if he lacks the energy to use them. Alex Mercer.
Yeah, but that's it. And a lot of
Uh,
his attacks literally use tons of energy.
Alex's regeneration has a limit of how much biomass he currently possesses. With large amounts of biomass, he can regenerate from grievous injuries quickly, but at low amounts, it can take far longer to do so. Again, as we're pointing out that the amount of biomass affects the
That's
speed of generation, not the
not true.
potency. Okay, so
That's
basically they're arguing that there's a scenario where Cole can just blow up Alex and he won't come back fast enough or quick enough for it to be like a
that's that's
fun.
not true because to kill Alex permanently, you have to eradicate him molecularly.
All right. Let's see what they have to say because this is going to matter here. Doesn't the Ray Spear just awaken Conduit's abilities and doesn't injure them? While the Ray Spear's purpose is indeed to awaken the Conduit's dormant powers, which would naturally require said Conduit to survive, the one that granted Cole his powers in particular was unprecedented in terms of scale, and several pieces of evidence suggests that Cole is not guaranteed to survive the blast it created.
No,
Now,
no,
Cal,
no, no.
you read through the rest of this. I'm
It's
going to
the
wash my hands.
no, no. It's the exact same one that turned Bertrand and Nix into conduits. Get the fuck out of here, you disingenuous fuckers. Simply from what we've seen in the opening, Cole was severely injured as a result of the blast from the comics. That could literally just been the heat. We learned that they were so severe they ended up briefly dying, only surviving due to being resuscitated by electricity coursing through his body. Yeah, he can revive himself. But guess what? It still doesn't matter. Conduits are immune to radiation. This is shown with Quo, it's shown with Bertrand. It's shown with the rat that I see that you've negated the say from the ones drop when the ones drop and also the experiments with a chimpanzee that also survived because it had the gene. If you have the conduit gene, you're just flat out immune to it. It doesn't do anything to you. We even see this in the plague ward to the conduit that survived. And in Infamous 2's guidebook, because you guys have the guidebook, the beasts stay to have the same kind of power as the Ray Sphere. Before their final battle, Kessler admitted that he was uncertain whether Cole would actually survive the blast. Yes, because it was an experiment. It has nothing to do with that because he hasn't used it properly. That doesn't negate Cole being immune to radiation. That's why the fact that he's used and has spent decades attempting to perfect its design and running countless tests on other subjects. Yes, but he's never had to use it on such a large scale. Get the fuck out of here. There's context. Another bearer of the conduit gene, John White, was completely torn apart by the Ray Sphere's energy. Yeah, because he's also the beast. That was probably what his power did to himself when it awakened. Get the fuck out of here, you disingenuous cunts. This occurs in one of two ways, depending on the karmic choice. Either Cole will destroy the Ray Sphere casing with a lightning storm, or he'll activate it in an attempt to increase his power. It's not an attempt to increase his power, he does. It's a twofold increase. Either way, the Ray Sphere will create a vortex that obliterates John. It doesn't obliterate him, it unlocks his power, and he turns into a beast. That's when he starts trying to he starts literally trying the entire time to rebuild himself molecularly. Get the fuck out of here. Either way, the Ray Sphere will create a vortex that the pier him and Cole were standing on. It should be noted that this burst of energy was a fraction of the blast Cole endured at the start of the game. Fuck off. Cole didn't endure shit. You can literally make the argument from the road being unscathed where Cole is, you can literally make the argument that he didn't even take the actual blast. Fuck off. In one of the dead drops in Infamous 2, John hints that only exceptionally strong conduits like Cole would have withstood the blast as he did. He's hypothesizing. He doesn't fucking know. We find out that this is false. It would have been any conduit. A rat survived. A chimpanzee survived. David survived. Multiple times.
Go on.
We have somebody from the Plague Ward, a no-named fucko, and the Beast Estate have the same power, and she survived.
Alright, so it also should be noted that the Empire City Race Bureau seems to be prone to malfunctions, as when Zeke attempted to activate only for nothing to happen.
No, it would not matter. That should still have ripped him apart. You can't make that assertion. And also, Kessler had every reason to be lying to him.
Alright, at the very least, this also does Cole's ability resistance contribute to their survival.
No.
Alright. Didn't the Beast regenerate from the nuke and not tank it? Cole and Zeke have acquired a nuke to try and take down the Beast. They fired a missile and made direct contact. There's an argument that the Beast suddenly appearing and starting to reform after the nuke meant that the Beast didn't even withstand it. That being said, the most basic counter-argument is the fact
you watch my Cole Glass video.
You can see that after the nuke explosion, the Beast more so just fell over and then just took any prominent damage alongside the statement of the guy.
Fuck off. No, fuck off. I'm going to say that's model rigging. Fuck off. He would have no reason to rebuild himself if he wasn't destroyed.
Yeah, I would actually argue the fact that he had to rebuild himself at all would either, unless you want to argue he can teleport, but it'll take a while.
He can, but that's not what his teleportation looks like, and we know what teleportation looks like in Infamous.
All right, Wood and Alex had died from the nuke. If the crow didn't interfere. But if anything, it's more likely absorbing the crow's balance by the process generated. Considering the Supreme Hunter Clive Alex were generating from a similar amount, be it over time, and it's reasonable to say that while Alex would have needed a lot of time to fully recover, the crow was necessary for Alex's own survival. That's fine. The argument for Alex's electricity weakness comes from its encounter a specialist. Cross was able to stun him using Toton Ergo. It means, okay, so basically, yeah, he would just yeah, so he would be able to adapt to electricity. Is the upgrade icon how destroying the moon legit? No. Can Cole scale to the Beast destroying the moon?
We don't know that because all of the other icons are legit.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, this disingenuous fucking argument, go down.
Alright. At the end of Infamous, Cole to yourself shows what would happen where he not
At the end of Infamous, Cole's future self it's an alternate timeline, you disingenuous shit. Who's knew what would happen? Stop the Beast. Yes. Tesla's, not Cole's. Cole's has not shown any of the same abilities. Oh, and actually, because you fuckers like to do, like, overtime stuff, we don't know if this is overtime. We don't know how long
No. So that's what they're saying, that they're not going to include the moon feat because they can't confirm how this moon feat even worked or what happened to it. So they're not going to use it. Alright, we're looking through Infamous. The best feat, many argue, giving Cole happens at the end of the game, where Cole with the RFI is able to power and shoot a massive blast visible from space.
That's not his power. That's a build-up of power over time, plus substations. You disingenuous fuckers.
Okay, so this is kind of interesting. So this feat they're willing to use because they give him the RFI, but they're not going to use it for the original calculation because if you use the original calculation, it would kill everyone on the planet, and lore-wise that doesn't happen because it would blow up the atmosphere. But I feel like so it's just building level with luminosity. Verdict. Okay. Cole scaling to the Beast should be clear cut, so they scale Cole to the Beast.
No. So there's an argument to be made. You can't even argue Cole scale to the Beast because he lost the first time, and the second time he fights him, he needs to be constantly amped up by substations to even stand a chance at fighting him.
So they say the reason
you can legitimately make the argument that Cole does not scale to the Beast.
They're claiming it's just size and regeneration that made Cole lose.
No. 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 Fuck off.
All right. The electrical conduit is feats worst getting killed to the megaton range. Okay. Cole can create ionic storms, 1.634.4 megatons.
Literally has a canonical wattage.
Strike at
Again,
relative speeds.
have the second guidebook. It's in there.
Okay. They giving him the RFI seems a little weird, but they still gave him the RFI. The RFI was however,
not
Cole's most noticeable upscaling comes at the very end of Infamous 2 via him utilizing the RFI to totally decimate the beast within a few seconds despite the layer's insane regeneration. Now, there is some contention on whether the RFI should be standard part of Cole's arsenal, but we believe it's fine giving it to him once all said and done.
Why?
Starting off, the RFI was what Cole was working towards across Infamous 2. It was why he entered New Morales, the reason he was absorbing all those blast cores, and he
Yeah.
had it on his person the entire time through. And by the end of Infamous
Yes
2, once
and
the RFI was
no.
charged. What do you mean?
Yes and no. He actually gives it to Zeke a couple of times before he goes out on missions. He gives it to Quo a couple of times as well before he goes out on missions.
Now, the only reason he stopped using it at all is because he killed himself by choosing to release its blast. It'd be unfair to not say Cole can't have something that he not only was working towards the entire game, but had until his last breath. If we're taking Cole at his best with the pinnacle of all of his efforts across the games, it would only be fair to give him the RFI at its maximum charge, as that was his entire. Okay,
He
so
literally the entire game pumping electricity into the fucking thing.
I'm gonna say him having the RFI is fine, but if you're arguing it's fully charged, I feel like that's debatable. If the entire point of the game is to charge up the fucking weapon. Okay, Alex is given 55.
While Alex is plugged, not Alex. While Cole's plugged into substations, the entire point of fighting the beast is to give the RFI time to charge up.
Lies. Okay, so I'm just gonna scroll through here a little bit because they are not going to buy Alex scaling to the nuke at all. Which is I think is fine to say Alex doesn't scale to the nuke's durability on at least at the end of the game. He should be stronger than the Beast by the second game, and the Beast was or not the Beast. The Supreme Hunter was confident he would survive the blast. Assuming the Supreme Hunter meant outside of a puddle, then I think it would be fine to scale. But surface area. I want whoever made the surface area argument to tell me this about a fucking grenade in a war zone. Okay, so Alex does not scale to the nuke.
You know what sucks is that I've seen them use the surface area argument for some G1s and others they don't. Have you noticed that?
I have noticed that.
Yeah, a little bit fucking disingenuous.
Okay, so they're arguing that because we don't know how much. It's not like they were wearing shard down. Prototype 1's guidebook makes it clear at the fight as a test of patience and outright, which makes it even harder to determine how much biomass Alex has reserved by the end. Even the ending of the fight is completely unaffected by how much health you have by the end, as Mercer barely survives no matter what. And yes, this is gameplay. It's only used to support previous arguments when the flaws with arguing biomass depletion, but even so, it's likely the Supreme Hunter, though, he didn't even need Mercer at full biomass to think he could survive that nuke.
Well, here's the problem. If they don't argue that Cole can one-shot Alex, they've already admitted that Alex, if he fights someone stronger than him, can literally just adapt and grow stronger to get to the point where he can fight them.
Okay, so they do give him multipliers in Prototype 2. Goliath's an evolved multiplier as well. String Sonic Pro 2.
That's false. Hela does not absorb a total of 30 evolved across the story. Oh, side missions. I didn't do the side missions.
However, keep in mind that Heller does consume them. Be clear about their heads as a finisher. It can be inferred that he at least consume a chunk of them. Muscle mass will be an individual multiplier by itself, as it gives Mercer a 2 times straight increase when
Okay.
used.
So when you
6.
consume someone, you become a perfect copy of them. This counts for all of the evolved, and each one of them, because they should have the exact same thing as the hunters, and they can all keep up with Hela. It would already be a factor of ×2 each person he fucking absorbs.
Okay, so they argue that even with all these multipliers, it's still weaker than the beast, destroying Empire City and moving the clouds as well as fetches 2 gigaton
He
feet.
didn't destroy Empire City.
Now
The city's still standing.
Speed, regret.
Okay. I've got 2 things that I can say to this. The beast didn't destroy Empire City. We can literally go back and watch the cutscene. The city is still standing. And in the evil ending for Infamous 2, Cole does the same thing with the beast's power, and Numereus, would you guess what? It's still fucking standing.
Okay, and then so okay, when Evil Cole fights Nyx, Kyle, would he be amped or no?
He'd be amped by the beast.
Okay, well they're claiming he's not amped during the fight with Nyx. So you would say that's wrong.
I would say it's potentially wrong, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know who did the math for you or what wait, you said Death Battle. What they get Death Battle's fucking speed for the perception?
Like 5 nanoseconds?
How far back is a nanosecond? Nanoseconds to seconds. Okay, yeah, looks like Death Battle has it a little higher than they do. Okay, so we're just gonna move a little forward here.
Even if Death Battle agrees with most of what G1 has done here and adds that, just the fact that Alex would be like either like faster than light plus to like massively faster than light, depending on how they take it. Cole should never be able to touch Alex, so it wouldn't matter what his AP is
So Cole,
or what he's doing.
They give Cole speed of light due to the second sun's light speed and upscale him, and they do not give Alex. They give Alex perception.
I'm sorry. You don't upscale him by precision. Precision slows down time. That's a different beast altogether.
Okay, so they give Alex Mercer's perception as faster than Cole's low end, but everything else would be lower than Cole's low end, and they give him roughly speed of light as high end. So Cole just stomps.
Where are they saying that, like, you know, if Cole even fucking touches Alex, it's fucking over?
Let's see your arsenal abilities.
No.
Apparently, Cole is a far more versatile fighter than Alex is.
The fuck? He is. Alex has far more fighting experience. On top of the fact he's absorbed multiple people who are the cream of the crop when it comes to the Army, Navy, SEALs, and Air Force.
Apparently, Cole has a greater quantity of abilities and quality.
I wouldn't say quality, but definitely quantity.
Yeah, so they're even arguing in close range, Cole will be able to keep up with Alex's experience and skill, even if Alex can close the gap and like a little more equal.
The fuck he would. You want me to tell you exactly who Cole has fought? He has fought junkies, the homeless, a cult, one NSA agent, a mutated conduit.
They're arguing that radar pulse would prevent Alex from doing a sneak attack.
Radar pulse does counter disguise.
Okay, how does it counter disguise though if Alex can completely copy whatever he turns into?
Because Cole can identify like people, like even if he doesn't know that they're friend or foe, he can use his radar pulse to light them up, and they come up as like a red hue, even if they're hiding in disguises.
Okay, but we're talking about Alex who could turn into like a fucking baby. You telling me the baby's gonna be revealed there accurately? I think I'm calling that as a no limits fallacy right now. I need to see what disguises you're talking about. Send me what you're talking about for disguises later. I actually disagree with you just on the basic premise that sounds really no limitsy. All right, let's see here. They do need to fuel themselves. Alex and Gwen is alone. He's leader's infection. Okay, they're giving Alex his army as backup, and he still loses.
No.
Okay, a major point is discuss our generation, and if Cole be able to overcome it. Apparently they're arguing he could absorb Alex's bioelectricity and shut him down.
No. You have to prove Alex has bioelectricity to begin with.
And they're arguing he can also cauterize Alex's wounds and prevents from healing that way.
No. Alex's regeneration and adaptability would literally like cancel that out. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. So they're arguing that his regeneration isn't that his adaptation wouldn't be good enough because even though he can adapt to heat, the nuke still killed him.
No.
Well, I say killed him.
That would be raw force. That would not be the heat. The heat didn't kill him. Also, as well, James Heller fatally burnt once.
So they say
Then
the second
they try it.
explosion he was hit by ended up being much less effective than the first. It still hurt him significantly. So they're arguing that
No,
the
it does
second.
not. No, it does not.
And they also claim that Heller is faster at adapting than Alex.
You can't prove that.
They claim because it took Alex several days.
Nope. Several days for what?
To develop his immunity to blood tox.
No.
And that he was still being hurt by the end of the game.
Alex canonically dips in and dips out. Alex, literally when blood tox is first introduced, is coughing and like having a spaz attack. And in the game, when you go through it, all it does is hurt you. He does not cough. Get the fuck out of here. Again, Alex literally adapts white light, a stronger variation of blood tox.
They're arguing that even if he gets infected by black light, he would kill it with heat.
No, he would not.
Yeah. So
Cole has never shown the ability to heat up his body.
they're saying because Cole's lighting, which is generated passively by his body and can surround him in a storm of electricity, gets up to 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit, far hotter than anything black light virus would have survived.
Nah, you have to prove that. And also, Alex's one has literally survived like the heat of a nuke. Get the fuck out of here, you lying fucker.
They are saying Alex is smarter, but they're saying experience is more debatable and that Cole takes the lead?
Fuck, he does! He has all of the experience of everyone he ever absorbs.
Apparently, none of the soldiers Alex absorbed would have relevant information for the fight. I think that's fair in reference, but I don't. I think given the amount, I think it's a little more fair.
Blacklight. So Blackwatch.
Alex
and
is far more intelligent, experienced, and skilled on paper, but most of it's worthless against Cole. So basically, Cole's just stronger in every capacity. Inferior movement speed, inferior regeneration, advantage of regeneration makes it tough to kill. Much weaker, too slow to reliably
They admit that Alex can literally transform people in an instant with Blacklight. How the fuck is Cole going to burn it away? Fuck off.
Alright, let's see here. So yeah, they just overall give Alex a stat stomp. Ninja Monkey, Cabbage. I guess maybe he wasn't a part of this blog, right? Or maybe they would change his name. Yeah, no. So overall,
no, get the fuck out of here. Oh, do they credit me?
no. Well, you never get credited.
Fuck, fuck these people, and they're downplaying bullshit.
I guess the person we were thinking of wasn't actually a part of the blog. Although, if that's the case, then I guess I can see where Joe came from. All right, so at any rate, it looks like Death Battle's giving better scaling to Alex. But if what Kyle's saying is true, they are being incredibly generous to Cole.
They are being disgustingly generous.
They call him a crossdresser because of him absorbing women. I mean, that's technically accurate.
I mean,
Alright.
it's kind of odd. He would technically be trans.
Damn! The true revolution is here. So Kyle defends
So,
again. So we'll
so,
react
so
to
are
the
you
Death
ready? Are you
Battle
ready?
when it comes
Are you ready in
out.
2 days? Can we do this again for Death Battle?
What?
Are you ready to do this again in 2 days for Death Battle?
Yeah, but hopefully on a better schedule because I gotta go use the restroom now. So, if I can, I'll stream a little bit later tonight. If not, I'll do a Monday stream of Devil Can't. But consider it a Saturday stream in case I don't show up
This
later.
entire blog was dog shit. They didn't even try to hide their bias.
I think despite everything that you said, the worst part about this blog specifically is that they couldn't access 2 guidebooks that you bought for less than $40.
What was it also worse because I could actually provide scans and shit that literally put them on their fucking ass.
Yeah, but the fact that they literally said we can't get these guidebooks, and I know that they're a group, so there's no way they couldn't pitch in all $5 a piece to buy these guidebooks.
There was 10 people here.
Yeah, so that's bullshit. So, thank you guys for your
They
time
should
as
be
always. What?
They should be ashamed of themselves, and they should. I spit on them. You do scalers a disjustice.
Damn.
You don't do your research properly, and you literally went out of your fucking way to be spiteful to Alex, and you negated information, and you also didn't address a lot of stuff, and you gave Cole so much benefit of the doubt. Fuck off.
Alright, boy. So, with that said, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. If I don't show up later, consider this Saturday night stream. And take care, everybody. I'll see you guys on next stream or video. Laters.